Friday afternoon broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
It'll be the Knicks off the tip. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So for Chicago right now, Jimmy Butler is out there with Mirotic. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's Lopez in at the center position.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Lee passes to Porzingis. Here's Anthony. Drills the elbow jumper.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Rondo against Rose. Butler dishes to Mirotic. Off target from three-point range. Anthony with it. Butler covering. Left side Rose. Porzingis passes to Lee. Dishes it to Carmelo. 6 on the shot clock. Mirotic against Noah. And, there's a whistle. He was going up for a layup. And while it looked like there was some contact, I wasn't sure they were going to call it a foul shot or not. But sure enough, they have. So he'll head to the free throw line. And last year, not exactly up to Noah's lofty standards. Was way down in field goal percentage and free throw percentages compared to the season before, but he did not play completely healthy all of last year either.
A little dinged up, missed 13 games more than he had the season prior, and also the minutes dropped as well. And you could just see him laboring at times on the floor, clearly affected by those injuries. That's the third straight miss to start this game, and they're still looking for their first basket.
Shoots from 12. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started. And, going back to Noah last season, I think the additions to the Bulls' front court had an effect on him. I mean, they added Gasol and Mirotic, 2 major talents up front. I think that gave Noah less opportunities than he'd had the year before, and it was an adjustment for him.
And guys, talking about Joakim Noah, he was still the spirit of that team last season. Amongst all the great talents the Bulls had, Noah was that energizer and catalyst for the team, a true warrior, even in an off year.
Now here's Rose. Launches it. The shot is off. And it's Chicago the other way. Wade outside, and it's Rondo in the corner. Knicks with the rebound.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Rondo against Rose. The 11-footer. Rebound by Butler. Bulls trail by 6. Rondo kicks to Wade. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Wade's got 5 now.
I tell you what, guys, it's going to be a tough day on this defense if he's got the A game rolling tonight.
Here's Rose. No good. He's off to a slow start. 1 for 4 so far. And Butler sends it back. And they get it back. Rose gets the bucket. For Chicago, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Unloads from 13. Some solid defense from Rose. The Knicks leading by 6. Now the pass to Anthony. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Butler.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
The drive by Wade. Lopez, no luck.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now here's Lee. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Butler. 6-point game. Mirotic inside. No good. Knicks have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. The dish to Rose. Feeds it to Noah. Anthony against Butler. It's Anthony with the drive. Soft touch off the glass.
What handles? He broke the D down to the ground with that move.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Wade against Lee. And the basket by Wade. Wade's got 7 points in the game. New York leading by 6. Lee dishes to Carmelo. They set the pick. Pass to Porzingis. Rose up on top. Rose with another miss.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going. A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Anthony, the pass to Rose. He kicks to Lee. Noah the screen. Now the feed to Carmelo. Pass to Porzingis. Shot clock at 6. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Porzingis has got his second basket.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer. Was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
And even 3-on-3 break. Here's Rose. And that one's good, Anthony. Anthony's got 6.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
Now here's Gibson. T. Wade on the wing, covered by Lee. Lee with the steal. And it's Anthony at the elbow. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for New York.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
You know, another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
Both good from the line that time. Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D. Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Wade. Rebound by Anthony.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Passes it to Lee. Six on the shot clock from the baseline. And it's Wade with the rebound.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003 all having rings. You can't choose the team you play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
Now here's Butler, looking for his first basket still in this one. Anthony against Rondo. Anthony kicks to Lee. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead.
Hey guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
No doubt they've come into this game with a really aggressive approach, just pounding the ball inside.
It certainly is working. They're finding the open lanes to the hoop and owning this game early.
Now here's Wade. He has 7, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. GA, he's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the all-rookie team. But thereafter, had been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
Catching up on the changes for New York, Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Porzingis. Lance Thomas comes in for Anthony. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Courtney Lee.
And talking about Gibson, if he ever wants to be seen as a high-level starter, he needs to work on a few things. More bankable moves in the post, more fluid post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that starting 5.
Here is Williams after Rajon Rondo's bucket. It's stolen by Rondo. Holiday against Calderon. He feeds it to Rondo. There's the pass to Portis. Gibson the screen. Back to Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. Gibson passes to Portis. And it's blocked by O'Quinn. And they get it back. That's good. Calderon's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Chicago.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear they're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this time out here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
Bulls trail by 11. Rondo passes to Portis. Back to Rondo. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21, played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't.
For a franchise that had so much success under his tenure, there was sure a lot of friction with Tom Thibodeau, and the Bulls front office surprised a lot of people, I know, including yourself.
Yeah, it's not something that you see often, a winning coach at odds with his GM and president. With how often their differences came up, though, you knew something was afoot.
Pass to Portis. Back to Rondo. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Rondo's got his second basket of the game. There's a minute 40 left to play in the first. Williams has a screen for Thomas. McDermott with a steal. Rondo with it. He dishes it to McDermott. Calderon against Thomas. Calderon passes to Portis. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Portis has got his first points of the game.
And with Thibs, he did end up getting fired from the Bulls this past season. Some saw it coming, but still, I think surprising given the level of success he had. His imprint is all over this Bulls team and the way they approach the game.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Derek Williams. Outside Rondo, kicks to Calderon. There's a screen. 4 on the clock, and it's Rondo penetrating. Rose with some nice D.
And when you look at how Thibs got fired, I mean, there are a lot of reasons why a coach can be let go. I mean, he didn't have any performance issues, but apparently clashed in some form or fashion with the front office. Sometimes that's all it takes to be asked to go somewhere else.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Back to Rondo. Bulls moving the ball around. No good from Gibson.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
The shot's good from O'Quinn.
He couldn't have dreamed of a much better start here than they've had today.
I think the offensive game plan they came in with was right on point. It's worked perfectly, and the lead they already have is proof in the pudding.
And some tough times for the Knicks, but you listen to Carmelo Anthony, it's clear he's invested in this franchise.
They pulled all the strings to get me here, and I wanted to be here. And yeah, I want New York to be that place where guys want to come play in New York, and I want to retire in New York. I mean, let's just be quite frank.
Knicks fans rooting for Carmelo to help make New York a playoff venue once again.
And you know what? It's going to take a lot more than Carmelo playing strong to get the Knicks back into the playoffs and to make them a destination to where NBA stars want to come.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And a comfortable margin for the Knicks here, guys.
This has been a shooting drill thus far.
Warm-up jumpers because there hasn't been much resistance.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. They've got Jimmy Butler, Robin Lopez out there with McDermott. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Calderon in at the 1 spot. Now here's Lee. Anthony on the wing. Thomas, a screen on Butler. Anthony. And there are the Knicks with another bucket.
Nothing new there to see Anthony knock down one of those beauties.
Wade kicks to Lopez. It's stolen by Calderon. Oh, and here comes Calderon all alone. And good on the basket. Book it. New York leading by 11. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Rose against Calderon. Right at the free throw line. Rebound by the Bulls. Wade kicks to McDermott. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. Wade's got 3 assists now in this one. New York shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor. Dishes to Thomas. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing, defended by Butler. Anthony, the pass to Thomas. 5 to shoot. Charity stripe shot. Not enough on that one as it misses. Bulls trail by 8. Butler kicks to Calderon. McDermott with the screen for Calderon. And Lopez gets it to go. Lopez has got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
That's going to be out of bounds. The Knicks will retain possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Still a nice play to make sure that pass didn't reach its target.
Porzingis, he's checked in for New York. And the Bulls making a change here as well. Mirotic is checked in for McDermott. And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. Here's Rose. Feeds it to Carmelo. Now the dish to Lee. And it's sent back by Lopez. Wade with it, and Rose picks him up defensively. The shot by Wade, no good. New York leading by 6. Lets a floater go, and Anthony lays it up and in. Anthony's got 14.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Lopez, a screen on Noah. Now, here is Mirotic. Defense is right there. He kicks it to Butler. Offensive rebound. Lopez dishes to Wade. Goes back up. Lopez, no luck.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Clark, it wouldn't hurt. Some extra possessions would definitely help narrow the gap and maybe swing the momentum.
Rose goes in. Out to Lee. Good, and a nice assist from Noah. And now it's an 11-point Knicks lead.
And really, how about the quick release on that triple there, because he's given up a lot of height in that matchup.
Right on target you are, Greg. I mean, the quick release is what made the difference there. Any hesitation, and that shot is being blocked. And you look at Joakim Noah, I mean, one of those hybrid talents. As a center, he gives you the rebounding, the shot blocking you want, but then he also has tremendous passing skills and instincts and the energy of a mountain lion.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Now here's Calderon. The feed to Lopez. Back to Calderon. 6 to shoot. Here's Butler. Here's Lopez. Noah with the block. But they get it back. Pass to Butler. Tries yet again. And it's good on the layup. Butler's got his first points in this one. New York leading by 9. And it's Rose penetrating to the inside. Passes it to Porzingis. Some nice passing by New York here. Tries again. And Noah with a nice bucket inside. Noah's got 5 now.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
And that one's good by Lopez.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
Anthony against Butler. Anthony, the pass to Noah. Here's Rose. And it's D. Wade with the rebound. Wade's got his 4th rebound in this one.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Now here's Calderon. Shot off the screen. Mirotic has a wide open look. And a miss there on the triple.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Better to be lucky than good sometimes. Fortunately, they didn't get burned on that one.
Anthony against Mirotic. Anthony drives in. Second chance effort. And Joakim Noah again. Noah's got 7 points.
Just not enough bodies on the glass right there, and they paid for it.
Well, Greg, I know you're a little guy, but you know what it means to box out, and it's an effort thing and a mindset deal. You got to get your body between that other player and the ball.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Knicks last season had a lot of problems here in Manhattan, and it showed all over the floor, Greg. And you played for this team. You know what it's like to play basketball in New York. Not a good record for them at home last year.
How about finishing 10-31 here and playing in front of a sold-out crowd every night? And one thing about New York, they're going to let you know when they're displeased. Worst home record in the East and second worst home record in the league.
New York leading by 9.
And, you know, for the Knicks, there were a lot of reasons why they were bad at home. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage, against at home field goal defense, and 3rd worst field goal percentage at home in the league.
Now here's Calderon following the miss by Derrick Rose. Calderon kicks to Mirotic. Offline from the top of the key.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor.
Here's Porzingis, covered by Mirotic. Lee dishes to Carmelo. And that one's good. Anthony's got 16 points.
And, you know, commend the Knicks faithful. They still would sell this place out. And you have to give a shout out to the fans for sticking through what was a very difficult year. At least it has to get better.
There's the bucket, good.
They're having much more success here in the second after missing on a few chances that they had earlier. They've locked in and zoned in here now.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
First personal foul, 2 seconds.
Derrick Williams checked in for New York. Justin Holiday comes in for Lee. Chicago also making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Lopez. Portis comes in for Dwayne Wade. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jose Calderon.
Listen, the Knicks finishing at the bottom of the East last season. They didn't go into the season thinking they were in for a rough go, making last season all that more painstaking for the fans.
Count that one. New York leading by 8. Outside Rose. Rose double team. Outside Holiday. They get it again. Noah. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Noah's got 8 here in the quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Right side Gibson, just 5 to shoot from outside the arc. Mirotić's shot is off.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
The Knicks have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter, a nice efficient 50%. Down low, here's Williams. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. 8 points for Williams.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
Something's got to change. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting out of hand.
Butler with the steal. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Got a piece of it. Here's Williams, the rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now here's Rondo. Gibson with the screen on Rose. Rondo drives in. Gibson. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. Portis has got 4 points this quarter.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a sixth sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Rose against Rondo. Here's Porzingis. Chicago grabs the miss. Gibson's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Butler with the ball, and Rose picks him up defensively. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Noah. At the elbow, it's Rose. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
For the Knicks, Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Joakim Noah. And Thomas subbed in for Porzingis. And the Bulls making a change here as well. McDermott's checked in for Mirotić.
Derrick Rose possesses a great skill set, ball handling, passing, an understanding of how to score. First rookie to ever win the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge.
Now here's Rondo. Portis, the pass to McDermott. To the middle, the 10-footer. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Portis has got 8 points.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Getting back to Rose, it's his extraordinary handle that allows him to get anywhere on the floor. Such confidence in the way he dribbles and drives, whether it's getting up in a position to set up a teammate, taking himself. He's the one very best at controlling that ball.
It's a great point. I mean, guys like D. Rose, Chris Paul, Steph Curry, Kyrie, they all have maximized that skill. I mean, the thing that separates him and puts him in that Russell Westbrook category is the pure physical strength. When healthy, he's able to play with.
Chicago shooting the 6th attempt at the free throw line tonight. .116 left in the first half of the game. And Holiday kicks to Thomas. Rose goes in over Rondo. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a 3-point play.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge win.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, with 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history.
Now here's Rondo. Count the bucket. Rondo's got 6 points.
Well, I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop. You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
You know, in talking about D-Rose, I don't think the individual awards mean much to him. He's about trying to help his team win championships. And that's the kind of mindset he has to continue to display.
2 shots.
First one falls for him.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
And so O'Quinn nails both of them. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark you can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team. A beautiful pass by Rondo. That's excellent teamwork.
Rondo against Rose. And the layup's good off the glass. Rose has got 8 here in the quarter.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
And so that's the end of the first half. Knicks lead by 12. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Carmelo, what has been the focus for this team during the first half of play?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We're buckling down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays, you know, cherishing every possession counts, and we're doing that the first half.
Nice to see it come together on both sides of the ball, Melo. Thanks for the time. Gentlemen?
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. A fantastic first quarter from Carmelo Anthony. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 4 rebounds. Hey, big fella, what's your take on New York so far? And Kenny, let's get your input on the Bulls.
One problem is that they didn't show enough aggressiveness on the boards. When you start losing a game, that's when you're supposed to tighten up and toughen up. Your pride has to be challenged, and you need to rise to the occasion. They've got to be more aggressive as a team, and that will cut into the lead.
And now, folks, it's just about time for the third quarter to begin. We will see you after the final buzzer.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
Bulls trail by 12. Porzingis is out there with Noah. Then there's Derrick Rose. Then it's Anthony, and it's Lee in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on and on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And he knocks down the first one. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick.
Now here's Anthony. 4 on the clock. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Now Rondo. There's a good screen. Lopez kicks to Wade. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. The Knicks leading by 11. It's Anthony with the drive. Outside Rose. Rose with another miss.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Outside Rondo. He feeds it to Lopez. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 5 assists in the game. New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Shot on the wing. Rose can't get that one to fall.
And they start the second half with 3 straight misses.
Lee dishes to Anthony. There's the pass to Noah. And that one's good. Noah's got 13.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
They set the pick. Here's Wade. The shot misses. Good D by Lee.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
They recover it. Wade with the defensive effort.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
That's a 2 from Butler. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Butler's got his second bucket.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 16. Rose kicks to Lee. Lets it go with a 3. Lee with another miss. Bulls trail by 9. Pass to Wade. To the paint. Here's Butler. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Butler's got 5 points in the quarter.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Kurt Rambis had to say to the team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Carmelo Anthony. Coach asked him directly to take the reins of their offense. He wants him to have a huge impact at that end of the floor for the rest of this game. There's still plenty of basketball left to play, and as we watch how these adjustments play out, Kev, it'll be interesting.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. Here is Rondo. He's got 9. He dishes it to Lopez. Wade against Lee, and it's Wade penetrating. Lee with the steal. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Lee. Lee's got 3 assists now in this one.
I love the killer instinct he shows right there, exploding to the rim to add to the lead. Listen, the Knicks had a hard time scoring last year, just lacked any real presence in the paint, and lacking that paint threat makes things easier for the opposing defense.
And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Jose Calderon is checked in for Rajon Rondo. And Chicago has possession. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Calderon kicks to Lopez. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Lopez has got 10. You know, at the Knicks, they were second to last in field goal percentage from their front court. Granted, they were hit by injuries. It seemed like all over the place all season.
Yeah, you know, with that poor field goal percentage shooting and being top 3 in field goal attempts on the year, not a good combination.
5 on the clock. There's Lee with the 3. Mirajic grabs the miss. Bulls trail by 9. Butler sets a screen for Mirajic. Kicks it to Butler. This one for 3. No good. Now the Knicks take it the other way. Left side Rose. Here's Porzingis. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. He has 7.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
Right wing. Here's Mirajic. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Anthony kicks to Rose. And Jose Calderon gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Here's Lee. Lee with another miss.
And you really thought that was going to be a gimme, but unable to convert.
Yeah, and a little self-talk, angry self-talk for himself after that miss.
And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
New York leading by 12. And here's Rose. He's got 12. And that one's good by Noah.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. No coverage that time. 8 points for Nikola Mirajic.
A room service dime by Jose Calderon.
Rose kicks to Anthony. Some nice passing by New York here. Picked by Lee. Outside Rose. Kept alive. Out to Anthony. Second chance effort. No good. This number 7, he's made 8 from the field. Bulls trail by 12. Dishes it to Mirajic. Feeds to Calderon. Off target with his 3.
Boy, with an open look like that, he is so gifted. Man, you've got to play better defense. Eventually, he's going to make you pay.
Yeah, you can see he's still in rhythm, even though he misses that one almost always deadly when he's that open.
That's good.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
The Knicks leading by 10.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Rose. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to be on Jose Calderon.
Looking at the game Rose has been having, 8 rebounds and a huge helping of assists as well.
No doubt about it. He's the conductor, the band leader, Clark, and this offense has really performed at a high level.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Noah. Williams comes in for Porzingis. Thomas checked in for Carmelo Anthony. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Courtney Lee. Chicago also making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Lopez. Portis comes in for Mirotic. And it's Doug McDermott in for Jimmy Butler. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
Wade drives in. It's Chicago with another bucket.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Now here's Rose. 14 points for him. Trains the three-pointer. Rose has got 17 now. Bulls trail by 10. Pass to Portis. Back to Wade. Here is Calderon. 6 points for him. Gibson with the screen on Rose. Lock at 6. Calderon, no good.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Didn't have any problem knocking that one down. Another defensive lapse leading to 2 more.
And Wade now top of the key. And Gibson kicks to Wade. There's the dish to Calderon. A three-pointer off the mark. The Knicks leading by 12. Rose with the ball. 17 points in the game. Calderon against Rose. Now here's Calderon. Gibson with the screen on Rose. Rose against Calderon. It's hauled in by Thomas.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
And the shot is good. And that's now 19 points for Derrick Rose.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation. That's a huge part of what they want to do defensively. Limit his easy chances inside.
Double team on Rose. He kicks it to Williams. That one bounces around and comes back out. Bulls trail by 14. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
They set the screen. McDermott, no one around him, and that comes off the assist by Calderon. McDermott's got 5. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons last year. They have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail.
And Gibson sends it back. The feed to McDermott. Here's Wade. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly, eventually pulled it together, and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
And the first one at the line is good.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
And the Bulls making a change here. Rondo's checked in.
And for Wade, we often talk about his physical state, but what about the mental toughness? Here's a guy who's been playing in some kind of pain every game for the past few years, but he just keeps churning the butter, not wanting to let his team down.
Now here's Rondo. 9 points in the game so far. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. McDermott passes to Gibson. Releases. And it comes off the front of the rim. The Knicks leading by 10. Outside Rose. Pick by Williams. Rose dishes to Holiday. Off target from outside.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Knicks City Gangsters.
Well, welcome back as we get set to start the fourth. The Knicks shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. On the court for the Bulls, getting this fourth quarter started. D-Wade out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Lopez in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Here's Wade, following the basket by Derek Williams. And Derek Williams is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
And so here is Chicago, down by 12. Here's Butler, out to Wade. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Anthony's got 5 rebounds tonight. Holiday attacking. Anthony against Butler. Lee outside. To the left wing. Pick by Williams. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot.
And Mirotic kicks to Butler. Lopez, a screen on Anthony. Right side, Rondo. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. And 11 points for Rajon Rondo.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
The Knicks leading by 12. Williams, a screen on Butler. Anthony, the pass to Williams.
And you guys, he was once considered a tweener, but now I think Derek Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Knicks.
All right, now,
You know, I thought maybe they'd cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued to bury the jump shots.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
The first free throw is good.
How about the game for Derek Williams? He's got 13 points and 1 assist.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for New York. And both free throws good for Williams. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. Mirotic, the screen. Lopez, a screen on Anthony. Butler dishes to Lopez. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3. Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
Derrick Rose is checked in for Williams. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Passes to Lee. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing, defended by Butler. Wade with the defensive effort. Bulls trail by 12. Outside Butler. There's the three. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Butler. And that's now 17 points for Wade. Now Rose. Rondo with the steal. Inside. The shot by Wade, no good. The Knicks leading by 9. Rose kicks to Anthony. To the paint. Lets it go from 11. Makes a big high bounce and goes in. 19 points for Joakim Noah.
Just carrying the load right now offensively, guys. He is not wasting any chances.
From where I sit, Greg, it's a simple deduction. If they want things to be easy on themselves here late, make sure he has the ball.
Now here's Rondo. Wade, good. Wade's got 5 points now in the quarter. And here is Lee. He feeds it to Rose. Back to Lee. New York moving it around. Here's Porzingis. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Shoots off the step back. Shot is no good. Good D by Lee. For New York, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Now, here's Butler. Here's Lopez. Noah with the block. And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here.
2 points.
Knicks on defense. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Wade passes to Mirotic. Outside for Rondo. Mirotic sets the screen for Rondo. The wide open look here for Lopez. And it's Lopez again missing. The Knicks leading by 11. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Now the pass to Porzingis. He dishes it to Anthony. Right through the D for the layup. Anthony's got 20 points.
And really, it looks like he may just try to take this thing over on his own and really build that lead up.
Rondo kicks to Lopez. Shot off the screen, and that one's good. 21 points for Dwayne Wade.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know, he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Last season, the Bulls were a tough matchup, solid margin of victory for them, and never looked overwhelmed, Clark.
Yeah, you know what? They're a team that's even-keeled, the type of team that can win anytime they take the floor. They have a system that works and good talent, and actually excellent talent to make it special. And that combination is a winning one.
Moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Kurt Rambis had to say to the team. He was absolutely adamant, saying, don't let them off the hook. Let's keep our foot on the pedal and keep doing the things that have gotten us here this far. We're almost home.
And you talk about the Bulls being able to beat anybody in the league. They did. They did that last season. One of only 3 teams to register 1 win against every other team in the league back in 2015.
Bulls trail by 11. Pass to Butler. Can't get it to go. Good D by Lee.
Just tentative in the paint, lacking a little bit of confidence, allowed the defender to recover and contest that shot.
And, you know, getting back to that point about the Bulls beating every team in the league, only the Spurs and Warriors were the other teams to do that. Goes to show just how tough last year's Bulls squad was.
And guys, Courtney Lee, now having completed 7 full seasons, very much the same guy now as he was entering the league. A 3-and-D prototype who will most likely never be a plus playmaker.
And both free throws good for Lee. Talking about Courtney Lee, you know the ball handling and court vision are suspect, but you know you don't care because he's provided solid defense on the wing, Clark, and he's hit over 40% of his threes last year.
And he's also one of the best free throw shooting 2 guards in the league, Kevin. And last year he and Conley were out of sight at the end of games. That's a wonderful combo to have, 2 great free throw shooting guards late.
Now here's Butler. That doesn't go either for Butler.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Lee kicks to Anthony. Good D by Lopez. Bulls trail by 13. Mirotic dishes to Rondo. Shot's good. Rondo's got 4 points this quarter.
Wow, I'm surprised he took that shot, but he has a huge size disadvantage in that matchup. But tremendous job to knock that one down.
Here's Porzingis. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
You know, the Knicks made the playoffs every season between 1988 and 2001. It's kind of strange now to see the Knicks struggle to get into the playoffs so often. Only 3 trips in the playoffs the last 10 seasons.
Now here's Wade. Mirotic has the open look. The basket good off the assist from Wade. Wade's got 6 assists in the game. The Knicks leading by 11.
And listen, the pressure is always on the Knicks to make the playoffs just because of where the team is. Being in New York can have its advantages, but it comes with expectations that your team will be in the postseason. And how's that for a move? The killer crossover. It's a thing of beauty.
Bulls trail by 13. Lopez outside. Back to Rondo. Shot clock at 6. To the middle. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
And Robin Lopez signing a new contract this offseason. He had been significantly underpaid for his production over the last 2 seasons.
And Kevin, you knew he was due for a raise. 7-footers who impact the game at both ends the way he does are really valuable.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. And so he hits both. When you look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
Now here's Rose. With some arc, and it's sent back by Lopez. Left side Rondo from 15 feet away. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 4 assists in the game.
And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, he's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked.
Bulls trail by 9. Rondo passes to Lopez. Anthony against Butler. Shot clock at 5. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. It's rebounded by New York. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points.
And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector. Just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase blocks. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
Here's Rondo, following the score by Derrick Rose. Lopez kicks to Wade. Dishes it to Butler. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. No good from Gibson.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
Yep, and they've simply shown more aggressiveness, guys. More desire to secure the ball.
And he's looking to really stretch this lead out, even with the cushion they have, still letting it fly from long range.
You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain him.
Wade kicks to Lopez. That falls. Nice feed that time from Dwayne Wade. Lopez has got 6 points in the quarter.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Lee passes to Porzingis. Anthony dishes to Rose. Back to Anthony. To the paint. Pass to Porzingis. 4 on the shot clock. And the wide open shot from Rose. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
I think they're trying to go for the kill here. I mean, they're starting to take a lot more three-point shots than they had been before, looking to run away.
And as long as you keep getting quality looks, the coaches should have no complaints. Play with confidence.
And here's Wade, following the three-pointer by Derrick Rose. But they recover it. There's the bucket, good. And 12 points for Jimmy Butler. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And stolen by Butler. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Rose kicks it to Noah. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Lopez has got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Yeah, you know, but down the stretch here, guys, they'll summon that extra effort to try and get it done, I think.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
1:10 left in the fourth quarter. The Knicks leading by 8. Passes it to Porzingis. The kick out to Rose. It's stolen by Rondo. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Here's Butler. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That one's on Anthony.
It's been a nice game here for Butler. 16 points, and he's stolen the ball 4 times. He's shown some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Yeah, not a combination that too many players in our league possess.
He drops the first one, and that narrows the gap to 7. And so Butler nails both of them.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
Now here's Rose. Kicks to Carmelo. Soft touch off the glass.
Just no let up, guys. They just keep coming at you.
Well, this lead is too big to overcome. I'm going out on a limb right now. There's just not enough time left on the clock to make up the ground they have to make up.
.44 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Wade kicks to Gibson. Here's Lee. The pass to Porzingis. Noah up on top. Outside Rose. The three. And again, New York with the triple.
That one will seal the deal there. They've exploded here at the end.
Boy, I love the serious killer instinct they've shown. Finishing strong.
Feeds to Gibson. The 15-footer. That's good.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds a spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.